Chapter 2.2 Day 3 Practice Graphing Quadratic Functions. Number 1 fx equals x minus 2 square plus 2. If you compare this function with the vertex form, which is a times x minus h squared plus k, you can easily list down or identify h and k. So in this case, h is 2 and k is 2. Remember, we are using the opposite sign for h always. And axis of symmetry is x equals h or x equals 2 in this case. Now we are going to graph the function, show as many points as it will fit the plane. So now the vertex is 2 comma 2, so this is going to be 2 comma 2. And if you notice that in front of this function, the a is going to be just 1. So if a is 1 and it's positive, it's going to opens up, and it's also going to follow the pattern that is 1 up, 3 up, and 5 up. So it's going to be 1 up, and then from here you're going to go 1, 2, 3 up, which is a little bit outside of the function, the graph, but we can just deal with it by graphing like that. And the center line is always the axis of symmetry that divides the parabola into two equal halves. Now you're going to try number 2 and number 4. I'm going to discuss number 3 so that you can do number 2 and 4. So for number 2, you're going to again compare it with the standard form. And here is the plus sign, so it means you're going to use the opposite sign for h. So h is going to be -3 and k is -4. Axis of symmetry is always the x coordinate of vertex. This is -3, and the point is going to be this one. A is 1 and it is positive, so it's going to be opens up, and a is the pattern is going to be 1 comma 3 comma 5. So going up 1, 1 2 3, going up 3, 1 2 3 4 5, going up 5. Once you get the one side of this graph, the other side is just a reflection of the graph or mirror image of this graph on the other side. So that's going to be your graph on the other side. For number 3, you're going to list the vertex as 1 comma -5. Axis of symmetry is x equals 1. Plot the point. The 1 comma -5 is going to be this point right here, and a is 2, which means it's positive, so it's going to opens up, and the pattern is normally 1 comma 3 comma 5, but in this case it's going to be 2 times 1 comma 3 comma 5, which means is 2 comma 6 comma 10. So from this point right here, you're gonna go up 2, and then from 2 you're gonna go up 6. So my next point is going to be up 2, 1 2 3 4 5 6, so up 6, and same on the other side. Remember, this is going to be my axis of symmetry line, and I'm going to mirror the image from one side to another to graph this parabola. Remember, this is going to be a narrower graph, or it's called vertical stretch by factor of 2. For number 4, you can see that the a is -3, so it's going to be opens down. Vertex is going to be -2 comma 4. Remember, for h you're going to use the opposite sign, so that's -2. Axis of symmetry is always a point that is the x coordinate. So it's a vertical line, x equals -2. Starting from the vertex that is -2 comma 4, you're going to go follow the pattern 1 comma 3 comma 5, but we are going to multiply it by -3. So when we multiply this by -3, you're going to get the new points, that is -3 down, -9 down, and -15 down. So from the vertex -2 comma 4, you're going to go down 3, which is this point right here, and then from this 3 you're going to go down 9. I didn't have a space, so I just assumed that down 9 would be here somewhere, but if you have 3 points, that are enough to make a full and complete graph. So for number 5, you do not have a left or right, so it's going to be 0 because there is no h, and it's -7 for k, so my vertex is going to be 0 comma -7. So that is going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, this point right here. So that's my 0 comma -7. Now a is equals 1 over 4, that is positive, and it's going to be opens up. And now a is equals 1 over 4, so it's going to be a vertical shrink by a factor of 1 over 4. And the axis of symmetry is going to be x equals the y coordinate, which is 0. And this line, that is the y-axis, is the axis of symmetry line. So for number 5, we are going to find other 2 points to make a graph. And to make a graph, we are going to choose some x values and plug it in for x to get the y values. So I'm going to choose the x value that can remove the fraction from the bottom. So it means any number that is for x square, if it is on the table of 4, that can remove the 4 from the bottom. So for that reason, I'm choosing x equals 2. So when you plug it x equals 2 and try to find the y value, you can see that the 1 over 4 times 4 will cancel each other, and then you're going to get -6. So the point would be 2 comma -6. Next point you can choose is 4 and plug it in 4 for your function. You get 1 over 4, 4 square. So 4 square is going to be 16. 16 divided by 4 is 4, and 4 minus 7 is -3. So you have 2 points at this time. One is going to be 2 comma -6, and the other one is 4 comma -3. We're going to plot these points and get the graph. So this is 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my next point. And 4 comma -3. So 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3. So make a graph and mirror the image of this side onto this side. You're going to get the full graph using 1 2 3 4 5 points. For number 6, you're going to list the vertex. So the vertex is going to be -1 comma 4. And 1 over 3 means that is a vertical shrink by the factor of 1 over 3. Negative means that is a reflection over the x-axis. So axis of symmetry is the h-coordinate or x-coordinate of the vertex. So it's a line that passes through -1, and this is the vertex. Now we need 2 more points either on this side or on this side. But we need to choose the x value carefully so that the number on the bottom, that is 3, is cancelled. So we need on the top here something like 9, 6, 12, or any number that is divisible by 3. So I chose 2 carefully so that 2 plus 1 becomes 3, and 3 square is 9. So I chose 2 for x value. So 2 plus 1 square is 9, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. So -3 plus 4 is 1. So my first point is going to be 2 2 comma 1. So that is 2 comma 1, and on the same side, so it is 1 2 3 from this line. This is going to be 1 2 3 from the axis of symmetry. So I got the mirror image of this point. And next point is 5 comma negative 8. 1 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So next point is going to be this one, but we don't need more than 3 points sometimes because it's all the way bottom, but you can draw it if you have a bigger graph. I'm going to just graph the 3 points because it's going to give me a full graph, and it's going to be a wider graph, everyone, because it's the shrink. It means it's vertically shrink, and it's going to be a wider graph.